Josh,
Yes.
are you all in?
Yes.
All right. Well, before we talk about all in, let's talk about AAA. So, AAA Mania is AAA's yearly WrestleMania Super Show, and it was a complete disaster.
Pretty much.
So they decided to have Vampiro and Matt Striker from Lucha Underground do the English commentary, which makes sense because I think El Rey also works with AAA or whatever.
Yeah.
So, however, they didn't count on Vampiro being Vampiro, and he sounded like he was drunk. He was like
He probably was.
he was talking
super fucked up.
He was not paying attention to what was going on. He kept getting up to check on people who did a spot.
Mm-hmm.
He
had a meltdown over his music not playing when he wanted to do like a run in or something.
Come on, man, play my music.
And it was like fucking Back in
music?
Black by AC/DC, because that's like the music all like douchebag guys that think they're cool play.
Oh yeah, he looks like someone who thinks he's a badass. He
Totally.
just has that like look and just demeanor about him, and then like only to just walk into the ring, just to roll into the ring like 5 steps. And bless Matt Striker for being like oh, the people, he wants them to hear the music so that the people can get behind Vampiro to make it's like some nonsense.
He's trying so hard.
He's trying so hard because Vampiro just needs to have AC/DC's Back in Black play. It is so funny.
It's my other favorite Vampiro moment was in the main event when when Luchador dude gets rolled down in the wheelchair. And I don't know who that is. And Vampiro like keeps talking about how amazing he is. He's like, dude, this guy is a legend. The battles I've had with this dude are just, they're just legendary, man. He's amazing.
Who is he? He couldn't say his name. Like, I knew who Laparca is because Laparca has done some stints in the U.S., but like, I did not know who the other guy was.
It felt like trying to explain this, but when like someone is like looking at things like, wow, this is so cool, and you're like, what is this? And they don't tell you.
I know, it's
That's
annoying.
what it is.
It's like, oh, you don't get it? Oh, well, guess you're not epic enough. It's like, no, tell me. It's like, it would be like playing Spider-Man and meeting Doc Ock, and you're playing someone, or meeting Otto Octavius, and the person who you're playing with is also like much bigger Spider-Man fan. And they go, oh my god, it's him! Who? You know him! I won't tell you. It's like, come on. Anyway, we've also been playing a lot of Spider-Man.
Yes, it fucking rolls.
Spider-Man. Well, it's wrestling related because he does a Hurricanrana and head scissors as his finishers.
He does a Frankensteiner too.
I know. And like the way he does the head scissors, he does it exactly like a luchador. He like hands out and he does the little twist. I love that lucha wrestling is a part of Spider-Man's repertoire now.
He pretty much
always has been. Yeah.
He pretty much is like the luchador, so it makes sense.
Yeah, when he fought
he does the
Randy
flippy
Savage
shit.
when he fought Randy Savage and was homophobic.
There's sorry, go on first.
I was gonna say I love that image where Randy Savage fired back at him.
I love that pic so much. I can't do a Randy voice, but you're on the wrong side of history, Spider-Man.
Oh man.
I was about to say, did you know there's actually that Raven, the wrestler, actually co-wrote a Spider-Man comic?
Where he did?
Yeah, he did. It's actually specifically about the dude that Savage plays in the movie Bonesaw. It's kind of like from the events of him facing Spider-Man from his perspective. It's actually pretty good.
That's pretty good. I have to check that out. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go all in. You watched the pre-show, didn't you?
I mostly did. I skipped the tag match because I didn't give a shit, but I did watch the Battle Royale.
Well, of course you don't care because you're not from SoCal SCU.
Exactly. I saw their name and just got disgusted right away. Like, no, I'm I'm a North Cal. I can't endorse this.
Sonoma, more like Sonoma. I'm not going there.
Ooh.
San Francisco, more like San Fran. Sucks. Oakland, more like Brooklyn.
You're on a roll here.
Sacramento, more like Sacramento.
I was about to see Sacramento.
Sacramento. Oh, that's actually pretty good. All the weird names up there. What else is North California? Tahoe, more like Naho.
Castro Valley, more like Cantro Valley. I don't. Sorry.
Napa, more like Crappa.
Okay, Vegeta.
All right,
yeah.
Is it Napa Valley up there, or am I?
Yeah, Napa Valley's up there.
Okay,
you're correct.
I'm going crazy. Anyway, yes, SCU beat the Briscoe brothers.
Yes.
If you don't know who the Briscoe brothers are, they are Hicks. That's their gimmick. Think AJ Styles, but imagine AJ Styles was like 10,000. Just the biggest Hicks you'll ever see. Just hillbillies. That's what their gimmick is that they're hillbillies. It's kind of crazy that they're still going to this day. Like, I remember listening to this whole wrestling podcast that's from 2005, and they were talking about them. It's like, wow, they've been going for... But then again, wrestlers wrestle forever.
Pretty much. They've been like staples with Ring of Honor since, I think, literally since the company was first formed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
look at this guy. Look at Jay Briscoe. Oh my god.
That's fucking amazing.
That's terrible.
I know.
Look at these two. They look like... I'm sorry. They look like... Have you been on the subreddit Behold the Master Race?
I haven't. That sounds...
They look like the people on there. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. You're probably right. You're right.
Even though I'm pretty sure they're brown, but they're very scary looking.
Yeah.
They look like they know what to do with the meth pipe. I'm sorry. And you watched that Battle Royale?
Yep, the over budget Battle Royale, and you didn't want to watch it because you hated pretty much everyone that was in it. But I fucking
there was 19 people in it, and there was a good Billy Gunn was in it. Billy Gunn
and his son.
His son? He has a kid?
Yep, Austin Gunn, and it was fucking amazing because he wore the Mr. Ass tights.
Moose was in this. Oh my god! I'm just looking at. Oh, Rocky Romero was in it. Okay. Hurricane. Didn't the Hurricane say something stupid? Oh yeah, Hurricane was like, "Oh, James Bond shouldn't be black." It's like,
wait, seriously? That's head ass. I like the Hurricane. That disappoints me.
And then you had Tommy Dreamer, Jimmy Jacobs. Okay, he's fine. Punish Martinez. Wait a minute. That's Wait, wasn't he? Oh no, I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah.
Wow. The guy in TNA 2007. He was like the evil guy.
And that's kind of vague.
He was like, I forgot. Junior Macias. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Austin Gunn, Billy Gunn, Marcos Stunt, Brian K. Jordan Grace, no. Colt Cabana. I'm surprised that Colt Cabana and CM Punk didn't have their pay my court fines match. The money in the court match. No, there's too many people in this match that I'm like, oh, I don't really want to watch wrestle anymore. I'm sorry. I bet it's cool and epic that they got him, but I'm sorry.
I understand. If this was I probably wouldn't want to see a lot of these dudes in a regular ass wrestling match, but as a silly battle royale thing, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be on the main show. I didn't know that it was going to be in the pre-show. But
yeah, it makes sense. It's just entice people probably to buy it. The purpose of the battle royale is whoever wins it will face off against Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor championship later in the main show.
And it was Flip Gordon.
Yep, and he got a huge fucking pop when he showed up.
Yeah, because being the elite, they were they were really pushing the idea that Cody Rhodes is not gonna book him on All In. He's totally against it. That's because he's friends with his wife, so he's kind of jealous. It's no, you stay away. Oh, you should see the segment where like one of the last few episodes before All In, Flip Gordon's like, I don't have a match, Matt. He's talking to Matt Jackson. He's like, I don't have a match. And it's like, oh, and then Matt, for some reason, he puts on this old man voice. He's like, why don't you just referee my match with me and my brother and Kota Ibushi against the Luchadors? Why don't you do that for me, huh? Being the Elite is really good, and it's important to watch Being the Elite before you watch the show.
I probably should have, but I mean they actually do a pretty good job recapping a lot of the major storylines from ET here, so I was able to at least get some of the callbacks. But yeah, just to briefly talk about the Battle Royale, I thought it was a lot of fun. I like the variety in it because you have like different dudes. You have like I'm trying to remember, like Tommy Dreamer has a fucking like a garbage spot where like he just brings in like all of his cookie sheets and garbage cans and stuff and starts going to town on everyone.
ECW. Wow, I remember that.
I know. I clapped.
I love, man. I remember when they went broke. Yeah. God, what? I'm sorry. I'm sick of like ECW nostalgia. To me, is on the same level as like Star Wars nostalgia.
Yeah, no, it doesn't want to die.
Or Transformer nostalgia, like I remember Optimus Prime. Remember Jurassic Park. ECW, dude.
It's like one of the most reliable cheap pops in wrestling. Just to bring an old ass ECW guy and have him do his thing he did 20 years ago.
Watch me bash my head in with this chair. Alright, let's talk about the actual show.
Yeah.
We are in Chicago with... actually, this is a pretty surprising 11,263 attendance for a non-WWE show that's in America by indie people.
And that's fucking huge.
This is monumental.
Cody and the Bucks did this show to prove a point, and they proved the fuck out of that point.
To prove Dave Meltzer wrong, which don't ever doubt the lengths indie workers will go to prove Dave Meltzer wrong. I bet you Dave Meltzer would be like, indie wrestlers can't solve world peace, and then like a month or two later, a giant deterrence will happen.
He's like, indie wrestlers can't cure cancer. And that's like cuts to like Joey Ryan with a stethoscope going, I got it.
The Young Bucks shrink down to super kick cancer cells.
Yes.
So yes, we're in Chicago. No CM Punk.
Yeah.
CM Punk is not here.
He was at the meet and greet thing they did the day before, though.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy.
It was hilarious because like they showed like pics of it on Randstra and it's just this long ass line that spread through like the entirety of Chicago.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What the CM stands for? Cock monster. No, it stands for Chicago made Punk.
It actually originally stood for Chick Magnet. I'm not
even
joking.
That's what they said in the court case. Why would that come up during a court case? Like, we need to... The judge wants to know. I thought it was because... Though I've always heard the cock monster one because of... He's pretty...
He's big.
He's big.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I used to get WWE Magazine, then, like, one of the issues they had a picture of CM Punk doing a move, and you could just see the imprint on it. I was like, oh my god! Couldn't look away. Anyway, Matt Cross versus MJF.
Okay, MJF. So I'll be real. I didn't know who these dudes were going in this.
Me too. Hey.
Cool. I don't feel so alone now.
High five. Actually, I think I know. Matt Cross is one of those names that sounds familiar.
He's probably MJF doesn't have a Wikipedia page, but Matt Cross does. But I just my main.
Oh, he's Son of Havoc. Okay, that's who he is.
One of my main notes with this match is that. My thoughts on hang on, sorry, King. Oh, sorry. My thoughts on MJF, which stood for like Maxwell something. It was like some pretentious ass name.
MJF.
My thought is that MJF is the most heel. Like, not the best heel, not, the worst heel, but he is the most heel. He thinks he is extra with every single heel thing he does. He comes in wearing scarves like, Elias and Jericho, because that's a sign to show you're a hipster douchebag. He talks about how he's better than the crowd. He has these smug ass facial expressions. He does the eye pokes. He uses the ref as a human shield at one point. He does the low blows. He does every single heel trope possible. He is the most heel.
I think the phrase "he hates poor people" came up too on commentary, which is like, like one of the most unnecessary evil things to do that I love. He was so extra.
It reminds me of that. I mean, there's this old ass WWE article from '96 when Austin was still a heel, where they interviewed him, and when they asked what he liked to do, he said he likes to ride in his car and laugh at homeless people.
Oh my god! Oh no! DX did something similar to that, where they brought a bunch of homeless people to eat Thanksgiving food in front of the homeless people, and then Vince McMahon fed the homeless people, because this is back when Vince was the face. Mm-hmm. It was really weird that Vince would do that. You think it would be the other way around.
Exactly. I remember that skit, though.
Yeah. It's so unnecessarily cruel.
I know.
Yeah. So Matt Cross beat MJF.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean,
it was a fine match. The crowd was into it.
Yeah,
they were into everything though, so it's kind of.
Oh yeah, so many Elite and Bullet Club shirts in the crowd. It's just like, oh man, I don't want to be in this crowd. I wouldn't want to be in this crowd because it's probably full of the worst smarks on the planet.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it probably smelled pretty bad in there.
Yeah, that too. I didn't think. I just thought about the smug aura, but you're just thinking of the smog aura.
Yeah. Jokes aside, though, the crowd was pretty great for the most part, though. So, yeah, they're into it, and that's always gonna make a wrestling event better.
Mm-hmm. And they were happy to be there. They weren't like the usual WWE crowd. They're like, let's just show up. It's Roman Reigns. Could you imagine if Roman Reigns came out though?
Oh my god! I don't know how the crowd would actually respond to that, because you think they'd boo, but I think it'd be like this confused booing. Because some cheers.
He just shows up and spears Kenny Omega.
Oh my fucking god! That would probably be a legit riot.
People would be so confused, but so perplexed. It would be like a dream. People would just be shocked. Anyway.
Yes. But yeah,
you.
But yeah,
you, Christopher Daniels versus Stephen Amell, Arrow.
This was a fun match.
Do you watch Arrow?
I don't know shit about Arrow. It looks terrible. No offense to any Arrow fans listening here.
Full offense. I saw this match. I'm never gonna watch Arrow after this match. I'm sorry.
You didn't like this?
Stephen Amell, he is not a good wrestler.
I feel almost condescending in saying this, but I'm like, he's not the greatest, but he tries so hard. Just look at him. He did a table bump. He so badly wants to be a cool wrestler. I can respect that.
But he's like, this is his third ever match, and the dude's being put out in front of 11,000 people. It's just I don't know. It just feels insulting. Imagine it. It just feels like, oh, hey, this is our famous celebrity friend who's on a TV show.
That's very much why they brought him in.
And I get that him and Cody are legit friends, but it's I see through this. This is just like having a celebrity at a WWE event be the person. At least he didn't go over,
Yeah.
I think my hair would have fell out if he won the match because of I'm sorry, I just don't. He was just bad.
I thought he did well. I mean, yes, Daniels was definitely the one that was in charge here, but I thought he looked good. I wasn't he didn't feel out of place to me.
He was out of position for the best moonsault ever, where Christopher Daniels does this beautiful moonsault and he misses because Stephen Amell is out of position like an idiot.
True.
Oh my god.
He might only partly look bad because Christopher Daniels is just one of those dudes who looks so fucking smooth in everything he does.
I know, he's so good. It's like I'm glad that he's found the whole SCU gimmick, because it's like a really good heel gimmick, and he's also really good friends with like the Bullet Club, which is like, if you're within proximity of the Bullet Club, you're gonna have good success outside of WWE.
This is true.
So it's like, yeah, I'm glad that this guy is finally getting it. You know, he's no longer trapped in TNA. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Impact Wrestling.
You're gonna get the Impact fans sending us hate.
So many people really want to sell people on how good TNA is nowadays. It's like, I'm not watching this. I fell for this before. Mm-hmm. Too many times, you know.
Understandable.
It's like Overwatch. You thought it was gonna be good, and then it turns out to be garbage, and they entice you every time, and then you go back in, and then you realize, oh, it's still garbage. It's just a new character. It's garbage. Sorry.
Oh, I just want to note here that John Mayer's here.
Oh yeah.
Like he's just like in the front row, just kind of awkwardly clapping.
That made it. That was like the most WWE thing they did, was like, oh, look who's in the front row. It's celebrity. So I was like kind of looking to see if he was still there, like throughout the entire show, or they do the usual.
I think he was
thing where they run away.
He apparently was. He was like there for like a friend. It was like he took a friend out or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's this wrestling thing? Let's go check it out. Anyway, let's talk about a good match. Tessa Blanchard versus Chelsea Green versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Madison Rayne.
Yep, and it's officially called a 4-corner survival match, but it's a fail 4-way. That's
Josh, legal team is going to get us.
I know. I figured. Yeah, WWE probably has a trademark on that. So
they're going to send their shooters. You don't want that.
No, I don't.
The WWE shooters, they might miss, but
they missed.
This was a good match, but like, I didn't know who these women were. Sans Madison Rayne, but like they sold me. Yeah,
exactly. They were all fun. I like that they all had like their own character. Like Chelsea Green's like the psycho bridezilla type. Britt Baker's a doctor. That's cool.
DMD. Wait, let's look at what a DMD is. That did not. Okay, that sent me to a domain that doesn't exist. Okay, that is a.
We will never know.
Wait, that's a disease. That's Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Inherited disorder of progressive muscular weakness, typically in boys. Wait a minute.
Oh, shit. No, actually, no, it's a thing. Yeah, dental. Yeah, that makes sense, because on commentary, they name-dropped Isaac Gankman.
Oh, my God. I knew I was going to say Isaac Yankum? Kane? That's gotta be Kane.
And Tessa Blanchard's character is just, she's the fucking strong.
She is the strong, thus why she is the best. Okay,
exactly. I know. I like that she came out with their dad Tully Blanchard and Magnum TI. That was a nice moment.
Whoa! I didn't put that together. That should make sense because their last name is Blanchard. I just thought coincidence, like kind of how Michael Cole and Adam Cole baby have the same name.
She literally walked out with him. So.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, no, this was a really well done match. All for what I like about it is that in a lot of like fail 4-way type matches, you know, like it's usually like one person gets taken out of action early so they can chill while the other dudes wrestle, and then they come and they kind of alternate. But here it actually felt legit like this kind of brutal free for all, because like they're always constantly attacking and wrestling each other.
Yeah, and it was nice and brutal. And one thing I like about women's wrestling is like, when you have 4 competent workers, they make it look way more fluid and flexible than the guys.
Yeah.
So like bendy. Mm-hmm. So it's like you see them do much more, like their chain wrestling is like much more fun to watch.
Yeah.
And Tessa Blanchard, she's just strong.
I know, exactly. She just looks like she can just like F5 all three of them at the same time.
Muscle wife. She's like Captain Mizuki from.
Okay, exactly. Yes.
Which is why I rooted for her secretly. Yeah, really fun match. Really cool to see Madison Rayne again, because former TNA, now she's doing stuff outside of TNA.
Good for her.
Happy.
Yes.
She isn't doing those gross, like, oh man, the stuff they had her do in TNA was really, really stupid. Like, she had one feud where she was sleeping with a ref to get wins, which was really in poor taste. She's also married to a Marine, which also made it even worse. So I was like, this is not good.
No.
So yeah, I'm glad that they're not doing that anymore, or she's not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Really fun match. I really like this match.
Me too. Oh, we should also mention Britt Baker came out to Adam Cole's old theme.
What? Really?
Yeah, they mentioned it on commentary.
Oh, that's weird.
I think I'm not sure. I think they're dating, or used to at least, or something like. They had some sort of relationship.
Is she Adam Cole's baby?
I'm gonna Google. She might be. Oh, yep, yeah. Oh yeah, they're together.
Huh. Dr. Britt Baker. I just had to be reminded of which one was which, because like I remember Blanchard being the strong, and okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, right. Green's the one that has like the smeared makeup and acts weird. Baker's the brunette and with the lab coats and yeah.
Yeah, really, really good match. This was nice. This was fun. This match was like, all right, now I'm more interested, because the first two matches were like kind of, I wouldn't say duds, just like kind of like hampered my getting into it. But this match won me over. And then I started getting more invested into it.
I can agree. It's definitely the strongest match so far.
Backstage, we're gonna get an interview with someone, but wait, it's NWA champion Nick Aldis.
Woo.
This was the worst promo I've ever seen. Oh my god, it was bad.
I legit don't remember anything he said beyond something at the end about how he doesn't want to keep Destiny waiting or something like that. But that's about it.
It was so corny. It was like, oh my god, I just oh man. I was like, oh, I know who's winning tonight.
I don't think there was a single human being on the planet that wanted Aldis to win. Like, fucking no one.
No, because everyone loves Cody Rhodes. And it's like, because Cody Rhodes has charisma and this guy has
he's the one
hair.
And he's the one that made this thing happen in the first place. So he's gonna have that smart loyalty.
Yep, NWA, which, if you didn't know, is owned by one Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins.
It's kind of like he doesn't. I think he just owns the belt. Like, he doesn't have like a federation behind or anything. He just owns the belt, and like he just books whoever the current champion is and lets them travel around and defend it.
Yeah, I think NWA just like. NWA just ended up being like Atari, where it's just a name now.
That's exactly what it is.
Which is kind of sad if you think about it, because that was like the wrestling promotion before WWE, and then it just sort of just fell to the wayside. And I'm surprised WWE never bought the rights to it, but I guess
they kind of do. I mean, NWA, like the one everyone kind of remembers with Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes and shit, kind of became WCW later.
Oh, okay.
And they have all the relevant archives and shit on the network. But yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The the entourages where they came out with their peoples. This made it feel like a bigger match, you know?
I know, I love that. It was also fucking hilarious to me because like the quality of their entourages is just so like there's such a huge gap between them. Because Cody's coming out with his cool wife Brandy, his adorable dog, Diamond Dallas Page, which makes sense because Page was a close friend of Dusty, Glacier, because I guess why not, and Tommy Dreamer because also why not.
I said this to you before, but that's because it's probably there's a good possibility that Dusty Rhodes saw Mortal Kombat and said, "We need to get that Sub-Zero, baby." Look at him go! He's freezing all his opponents. We need that in the wing, buddy. And yeah, Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah,
this guy. I just saw him. I was like, go away.
No, we love Tommy Dreamer. I want him to be here.
You speaking French, boy?
I'm using the royal we. And yeah, when he brought his dog out, that got a huge fucking bop because everyone loves dogs.
It's an adorable dog.
I know. I was
beautiful wolf dog.
I was noting that's a really composed dog because I think most dogs would like freak out with all these people there, but it was stay calm.
Like, that's like one of the things that like history has shown that dogs do not do well and up in wrestling. No. Like the kennel match.
No.
Where all the dogs start putting and peeing all over the ring. Or no, at the outside of the ring.
Yeah. They also have they tried to have the dogs chase Big Bossman at the end, but they didn't care, so it's just Bossman like trying to slow down so the dogs can follow him lazily.
But no, Pharaoh's a good boy. He's dare I say, a hecking good pup. I can't say it.
Don't.
I couldn't do it.
I tried. If you said that, I would end this cast right now.
I know. I couldn't say the last word. Like I couldn't. I'm sorry. And Nick Aldis, he comes out with Jeff Jarrett, Sammy Shaw, Sean Daivari, and Tim Storm.
I'm feeling faint from all this star power here.
Who the hell is Tim Storm?
Let me look him up. He's a one-time NWA champion. That's it.
Okay. Holy crap! I do not know this. I do not know who this guy was.
Me neither. I literally didn't know who any of them were aside from Jarrett and Daivari.
Why is Daivari there? Is Daivari also an NWA champion?
I just assumed he was just there. They're like, hey, you want to do a run-in with us? I don't know.
That's his life now. I guess because he realized he's not going to get booked at any more Saudi Arabia shows for WWE, so he just said, you know what? Never mind. I'm just going to go to the Indies. Because that one segment they did in Saudi Arabia did not go over well.
No, God, no, it did not.
There's going to be more Saudi Arabia show. Saudi Slam. Saudi Series. The Saudi Rumble. Saudi Mania.
But yeah, this probably was among my favorite matches on the show. It was just like, it may not have been the best from like a technical perspective or whatever, but like just the emotion of it. I don't think there was any match that like stopped in terms of like emotional investment.
Cody Rhodes is probably like the best wrestler outside of the WWE, and we're gonna say that a bunch, but like I think it's to show that there is bigger things going on outside of the WWE. Mm-hmm. It's not all in one place anymore. It's starting to become bigger. Wrestling's starting to become more than just WWE. So it's like, here we see Cody Rhodes be the best emotional wrestler on the indies and probably outside of WWE right now. Probably even if he was in WWE. Because, like, this guy can put on a story match.
Mm-hmm.
And he made Nick Aldis look good. Like, just the tension, just all the times where you thought that Cody was going to win it, then Aldis would kick out, and the crowd just, like, being like, no, come on! And just being so into it. And they love Cody.
I know. Everyone's behind Cody. That's part of what makes it so great, because, we all want Cody to win so badly here. So it's kind of like... Because Aldis dominates most of this match. He's, like, he's kicking Cody's ass for a majority of it, so it just makes him much harder.
And it's crazy seeing a guy who, for the past year or so, has been a huge heel. Like,
that's what I have to say.
A super mega heel. Like, the whole blonde persona and, like, just being a total bastard. Like, he was spitting on refs. He was being brutal. He was just being a bad person. And now, like, the whole Bullet Club is now a face faction. At least the Elite. Mm-hmm. Is being a face faction, which is kind of like really weird to see because like just their history, mm-hmm. but it's making it work because the crowd just loves them. They love these guys.
Yeah, it felt like as someone who, it felt like a love letter to kind of like an older style of wrestling.
Yeah,
it's like, it's very melodramatic and kind of slow paced, but that's what makes it work so well. And
yeah, it's a very good dramatic match, and it's like they're able to be emotional without being corny or over the top.
Yeah, I even like the run-ins. Even the run-ins were well done. Just mainly just because I fucking popped for DDP doing the Diamond Cutter again.
I know, it was nice and looked good. It was like, well, it's from all the DDP yoga.
Yeah, dude's almost like a legal senior citizen now, but he's still in amazing shape.
I know, it's the power of DDP yoga. It
exactly.
Alcoholism.
I love when he come out and the crowd just started chanting yoga. Yoga.
That's the most over thing about him.
Yeah. Ooh.
I always wanted to try it out because it looks like it works.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cody Rhodes wins.
Yep.
He becomes the new NWA champion, and it's like
it's very. I won't lie. I actually did legit cry a bit when he won. Just something about just seeing him like actually clutching the belt all bloody and stuff, and him and Brandy being like, "We did it!" And just I don't know, just like it. I got swept up in all the emotion.
Mm-hmm. Bloody and Blonde, a nice tribute to his father.
Yeah.
Like Dusty will gush so bad back in the day, and he fought for that belt, so it's like it's very nice that like he's trying to honor he's honoring his father really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And now the NWA title is gonna get some eyeballs because
because he got.
Did you know who the NWA champion was before this?
No.
I didn't.
Yeah, but
I knew that he was fighting for it, but I did not know who Nick Aldis was, and I bet you Billy Corgan's like, yay.
Exactly. He's got a big name people like now. It's a win-win for everyone.
Called up his buddy Alex, and he's like, Alex. Yes.
One more thing. One of my favorite moments in the match was like when Cody was being put in like a submission hold by Aldis, and like it seemed like, oh no, he's gonna tap out, but then Brandy appears on ringside. He's like, you can do it, and like as soon as Cody sees her, he immediately like rushes toward and manages to grab the rope.
He loves his wife.
I know, I loved.
He loves his wife. Like all those times on Twitter where he goes boobs LOL to his wife's selfies.
he always like writes stuff like so beautiful like little like periods at the end.
Please ma'am, may I have some coochie? It's like, Cody, you're married to her. Can I have some, please? You
can get away with acting like that when you're married to a person.
Yes, being thirsty for your wife is wholesome. If it's an endearing trait. When you're not married or not even in a relationship with someone, then it's
creepy.
It's creepy. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, really good match.
Mm-hmm.
This is worth seeking out. This is a really, 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 really good match.
Agreed.
2 thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Up next.
Hangman.
Who killed Joey? Who killed Joey? Was it Hangman Page? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
With a phone.
Yeah. Now look. I appreciate they put a recap video beforehand, so.
Yeah, it was
the references.
Yeah, for a while now, I guess like Hangman Page was just not. He was just not having the whole dick gimmick of Joey Ryan, so he decided to kill him, and now he's living with the guilt.
Yeah.
And it's like really, really funny, the segments, because like, and like the lengths they went to push this whole storyline was actually really, really cool, because Adam Page was just not wearing shoes at all. Like at wrestling meetups, he was not wearing shoes. On BTE, he did not wear shoes. And New Japan, other than his boots. Like, during one of Kenny's matches, he came out and he wasn't wearing any shoes. It was like, he was really living to the gimmick. It was, like, very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite, the whole Adam Page segments on BTE was, like, Kenny invites him and Flip Gordon to play video games. And they're like, how are we going to play? What are we playing, Kenny? It's like, we're going to play a real video game. Fortnite? No, not Fortnite.
He told me about this.
Mario Tennis. The new Mario Tennis game on the Switch.
Yes.
Just to show the kind of gamer Kenny Omega is. Like, he doesn't play casual video games. He plays weird Nintendo games.
And also, like, they talk about how, like, there's these cursed boots that are haunting Paige.
Yeah, that talk to him.
It just reminded me of, like, the squeaky boots from SpongeBob.
That's what they are. Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I just like that they use that iPhone thing that you can make something talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like an object talk. That's just what they use to make the boots talk. So it looks really shitty.
The like shittiness of all the special effects they show in the video package just added to the charm, though.
Yeah. So yes, Adam Page has found himself in a street fight against Joey Janela and his super hot girlfriend. Holy shit, she's so hot. I was like, yowza. I was not yowza for Joey Janela though. He is he has a really weird build. He doesn't have dad bod. He has like 30-year-old boomer bod. That makes sense.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
I'm sorry. You just like during his entrance, I was like, oh, I can get into this guy, and then I saw him wrestle. I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm sorry. It's just that's how it is. But he's one of Hangman's victims because he's a Joey. Hangman kills Joes. But what happens if he faces Samoa Joe? That might be a hassle.
Joe's too into his Gucci quest right now to pay attention.
It's like he gets a DM from Hangman Page like, "Can I kill you?" No, I'm busy with someone else's wife.
Did you see that fucking segment from SmackDown this week where like Joe had like a children's storybook with pictures? To show, it literally has drawings of him like with AJ's family carrying the WWE belt. I cracked because I was like, did Joe make this? Did he go to a craft store earlier this week? Did he commission someone to make this?
He went to Hobby Lobby. Yeah, he probably did commission someone. He probably commissioned Jerry Lawler. Like, please draw me having sex with his wife. Man, these WWE feuds right now, let's do a bit of a detour, but they've gone kind of stupid.
Yeah.
They went from interesting to stupid.
I've been pretty into the AJ Joe feud, but like it's kind of gone to self-parody now. It's
like, I thought it was just mind games, but no, Joe literally wants to be a father and a husband to AJ's family. Like, now you just turned Joe into a creepo instead of a mind game player, you know?
Exactly. It's like that whole storyline with DDP stalking the Undertaker's wife. And at first he thinks he's just psychologically torturing Taker, but then it turns out he literally has a shrine to his wife.
It's like they don't get it. They don't get mind games. They just think someone can't be like crazy for the sake of intimidation or getting into the mind of someone. Like, no, they have to legitimately be a psychopath. And the other feud that they've ruined is the Miz versus Daniel Bryan by having their SOs be inserted to it.
Yeah.
So it's like, cool. We're gonna have this. It's literally being weighed down by Brie and Maurice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Maurice is not a wrestler. I don't know how many times we have to tell you this, old man, but she's not a wrestler. Stop booking her. She does what she does good, like be a heel that helps Miz cheat. But I don't want to see her wrestle. Do you want to see her wrestle?
No, she's like, yeah, not really.
Do you want to see Brie Bella wrestle?
No.
Well, too bad.
My theory is they're probably going to have, like, this is kind of their way to stretch the feud out just a bit. Like, they'll have Brie make Miz chap or whatever, and then that way Miz can still be like, well, you never actually pinned me, Daniel. And then they can drag it on. That's my hope, at least.
I thought I was really hoping for a Hell in a Cell match, but no, we're just going to get we're just getting hetero warfare. I don't like that. I don't want this. You promised me a delicious meal and you gave me something else. I don't want this.
Yeah, I can
WWE for you. I don't want this.
Too fucking bad.
So anyway, yeah, this match is just a garbage match. Not in terms of like quality, just it's a hardcore match.
Yeah, it's a Chicago street fight. Which is that any different from a regular street fight?
Well, in Chicago, because Chicago has a high crime rate and is a very violent city. So yeah,
that's true.
It's extra violent.
Yeah, I don't think I mentioned it before, but I actually do have a soft fight for like garbage street fight type matches. Like they in the right, like in pulled off right, they can be fun to watch.
Oh yeah, Adam Cole and Aleister Black had a really, really good hardcore match.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like when both of them are competent wrestlers, then it's fine. But if someone's actually garbage in the ring,
yeah,
it's just usually it's a crutch. Like JBL in his last run was a garbage wrestler who did hardcore matches because he couldn't wrestle, or Ric Flair because he was too old.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Or the Sandman who's too drunk.
Well, what do you want Sandman to actually try to wrestle?
He was actually like starting to trim down and slim a bit when he was an active roster member, but then that all went downhill when he missed his cue for the Hornswoggle segment where he almost was Vince McMahon's son. That would have been awesome, though.
I forgot. Yeah, like he literally like just because like they kept describing who Vince's son would be, and even though Sandman was supposed to leave, he kept thinking, "Well, this describes me, so I'm gonna say."
Like an idiot. Though if they changed the plans right there and then in there and made it Sandman, that would have been funnier to watch. Like JBL versus Sandman at WrestleMania 24.
It would have been so terrible. I would have loved it.
It would have been so awful. I would have loved it. It would have been The Room of Wrestling or a Neil Breen movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh man. Joey Janela takes the worst bumps out of this whole entire match.
Oh god, yeah, he does. He takes like some fucking nasty ones.
He like there were these two tables that are set up like in front of each other, and they're not on top of each other, like next to each other.
Yeah.
On the ring entrance walkway, and he misses, and you think he's gonna go through both tables. No, he only goes through one, and he hits his head on the concrete. It's like,
yeah.
He takes a burning hammer on a ladder. That's peak.
Off a ladder through a table.
Hey, listen. Burning hammers on indie show are so stupid.
That's like that's like the ultimate like forbidden dangerous technique in wrestling.
I know the only person who it doesn't work on is Kota Ibushi, but that's because Kota Ibushi has the power of love healing him. Because that happened. Brian Kendrick did it on him. Kendrick?
Yeah, it's
Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, it was the Cruiserweight tournament.
And Kota Ibushi was like, nope. I am both too gay and too dumb to die. He was thinking about Kenny. He was like, I'm back up. I'm powerful.
Bless.
The power of love is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this poor guy, he really went through the ringer. I commend him for taking those bumps. I would have not taken any of those bumps. Are you kidding me?
There's also ones he like when they like use a literal Cracker Barrel from Cracker Barrel on him.
I would like to go to Cracker Barrel, except I think I would be called a slur if I entered their door. Or am I thinking of Golden Corral?
Probably no, one of them.
No, Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel is with the candy, with the old racist candy.
Anytime I think of Cracker Barrel, I think of those like there's like these JoJo fan comics on made where like they kept referring to the gang from Part 3 as Cracker Barrel Boys. That's great.
Yeah, they love their Cracker Barrel. Wrestlers love Cracker Barrel.
I know. It's like their favorite restaurants are Cracker Barrel, Chipotle, and that Jimmy's Seafood.
Jimmy John's. Oh yeah. Oh, and seafood.
Yes.
And Ms. Burgers. Isn't that the name of Mrs. Dad's burger place or Ms. Sandwiches or something? Something. Mrs. Dad has a restaurant. I
didn't know that. Dad. Let me Google that.
Yeah, he said that the Ms. Dad. Mr. Hero.
That sounds like a sandwich place.
Yeah, he has a Mr. Hero. His dad owns Mr. Hero, which is a sandwich place that's supposedly really good.
Nice.
And Miz even referenced it on when he was owning a fan. Like, no, my father will. No, you will not get a free Mr. Hero. Never.
Oh.
In fact, you're banned. Or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, this match was. It was hard. It was pretty effing hardcore, dude.
Yep.
It was pretty extreme. Yep. Let me crack open this monster. Yep. They don't have hardcore matches like they used to. I miss the days when Balls Mahoney would crack Masato Tanaka's head open with a chair, man. Let me have another Monster Zero.
Oh my god.
Oh yes. So after Hangman Page wins with the rite of passage.
Oh, we should. They also include a ton of callbacks to the BT skits there, where like he beats Joey to death with the phone, and also at one point like the boots come out, and Page looks fucking horrified. It's amazing. I think the entire we'll get to in a sec, but. Actually, let's talk about the ending first.
The underdecker, with the instead of druids you have dicks. And then Joey Ryan comes back from the dead.
I know it's one of those things where like part of me thinks I should hate it, but I can't. It's too fucking amazing. Literally dick druids. I was cracking up.
It's not wrestling if it's not dumb.
Exactly. I loved it because it just made me realize the entire feud was just like a parody of that when Kane buried the Undertaker alive.
Yeah, it is. It actually is.
Taker comes back. He was Biker Taker at the time, but then he comes back as Dead Man Taker. It's like,
oh yeah, because he died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was so dumb, but I couldn't help but think that it was just perfectly silly, you know?
Yeah.
It's not, because I think silliness works when it's outside of the World Heavyweight Championship, but when it's a part of the World Heavyweight Championship, then it becomes really, really dumb and annoying, which was what happened a lot when Undertaker was trying to go for the World Championship. Was this stuff happen? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was fine here. I'm not like I'm generally not that uptight about silly shit in wrestling in general. I'm not gonna shit my pants Jim Cornette style and be like they're exposing the business or whatever.
They're exposing. Oh yeah, like exposing the business. Remember when Vampiro exposed the business twice?
Yes.
You're not gonna see. You're not gonna see this in the United States. They punch for real here. I'm like, don't do that. Don't say that. What an idiot. So up next is Jay Lethal as Black Machismo.
Oh.
Josh, do you remember Black Machismo?
I actually do. It's just it's literally the gimmick is just Jay Lethal is really good at doing a Randy Savage impersonation.
Very good.
Yes.
He's like, it's like I don't. If an impersonation is like 1-to-1, then I appreciate it. If its impression is just lazy, then I'm like, go away.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not trying to disparage Lethal here because he does a fucking phenomenal he literally almost feels like he's channeling the spirit of Savage. That's how good he is.
It's so fun to watch. I love I love how he even goes in to do the handshake, like the same weird like arm position and movement and leverage is really, really. It's like 1-to-1.
Exactly. I also love that they treat it as like a split personality thing, because when they do a short backstage segment before the match where Lethal's just kind of all normal carrying the belts, and then suddenly he gets like hit in the shoulder, and so he's like, ooh! Switch.
I know, and like he can't help it. But
also, I love that Lanny Poffo was involved.
Yeah, Lanny Poffo.
Yeah.
Did you know that he can suck his own dick?
I didn't. That's cool.
Yeah,
he's a genius after all.
I'm not making that up, by the way. He can totally do that. And
that's nice.
Yeah,
I can't mind that.
That's every penis owner's secret wish. Let's keep moving. Flip Gordon. What do you think about Flip Gordon, Josh?
Let's see. I've actually, I'll be honest, I didn't know that much about him going in. What's the consensus about him?
He's pretty good, and he's on his way. He's very young. He's 26.
Wow, damn, he's my age.
Yeah, he's only been wrestling for 3 years. Like, he started in 2015.
Because I thought it was he's pretty good. So go now.
Yeah, so like we're seeing someone in the very, very early aughts of his career, which is interesting. Usually when it comes to wrestlers, like they've been wrestling for 10 or 15 years at least when you first come across him. But no, this guy's been wrestling for only 3 years, and he's good.
Yeah.
He's a quick learner. Mm-hmm. And he was in a championship match.
Yeah. He held
the head booker's wife.
I love that Brandy comes out in like an army cosplay.
Yeah, because Flip Gordon was the serviceman.
That makes sense. Yeah, I figured there was some like reference I wasn't getting.
That or she just came out like, I'm just gonna be military lady.
But yeah.
So yeah, and speaking of Brandy, I really like the bit where Jay Lethal can't help but to put him on his shoulder, like how Savage put
Miss Elizabeth
on his shoulder just to do the pose. And she just looks perturbed, like she doesn't get what's going on. And yeah, this match is really fun. I really like seeing, someone wrestle Savage's style because Savage was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, this was it was very much kind of a comedy match, but it had legit good wrestling in it too. It was like a good balance. Yeah, it was very silly, but I mean, you're still immersed.
It was a good silly. It was a good entertaining silly. Mm-hmm. I was sports entertained. Were you sports entertained?
I was very sports entertained.
Good.
I hope next year they have they have Lethal get chopped across the chest and it turns him into Ric Flair.
He has a woo off.
Yes. Woo! That's still the best TNA segment of all time.
Yeah, and that's probably their only good TNA segment. that and math with Scott Steiner, but
that too. Yes.
This match is fun. I'm glad that Jay Lethal won. I think it's too early to be winning championships.
I figured he'd probably retain.
I mean, you can't have 2 championship changes on your show. That's too many. IMO. Flip Gordon, I'm really looking forward to what he's got going on. And I also hope that this kind of builds into maybe even a future match against Cody Rhodes, because that feels like what they've been building to. Because how vehemently anti Flip Gordon Cody is.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Like when one of the Being the Elite, Matt just texts Cody. Like you see him texting Cody, and he says, "Can we have Flip referee our match?" And Cody's like, "No," in big capital letters, "No." No. And angry emoji or something just being so no. I don't want him on my show. Josh, are you ready for a big boy match?
I'm ready for a big boy match.
Kenny Omega versus Pentagon Jr.
Yep, this is the first of probably the three big marquee matches of the show.
This was epic. Oh my god, this was a really, really good match.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how Kenny Omega just does it. He just clicks, like, the dude can have a match with literally anyone and it'll be amazing. Like, he was so good. And I'm like, this guy is, like, the best wrestler in the world. Like, him and AJ Styles are, like, the best wrestlers in the world. Because, like, what makes a wrestler good is their ability to have an awesome match with anyone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who does the best moves, or who does... It's like, that's not... It's like, who could put on the best show.
Yes.
That makes a good wrestler. It's not like... You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Because, yeah, like, Omega's, like, super adaptable. Like, he can, he can... Yeah, you said perfectly.
And it shows in this match, like... And Pentagon Jr., he's no slouch, so it's like, this was a good for funsies match. And I really like how commentary was, like, selling the idea, like, how big would it be if Pentagon Jr. beat the New Japan heavyweight champion? Like, I'm glad that they're making the, like, everywhere
the championship
is making the championship matter.
Exactly.
So it's like, no one should be beating the champion, you know? Because they're the champion.
Damn straight. Well, what I like about this match is just, like, it just felt very much like this big, over-the-top comic book kind of match between two superheroes. Like, everything felt big. Everything felt larger in life, and I really love that.
It just felt like it had stakes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a really good match. And, yeah, Kenny wins, but, like, he survived.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like, Pentagon does not look weak at all.
But wait, who's that?
This
Pentagon. What happened to his tattoos? They now look like the crappy tattoos that... Oh, no. You don't think.
This was so amazing.
Like, I know, it's Chris Jericho.
Like even though I knew I was already spoiled that he showed up, like, just everything about it was so good. Like him popping up with the Pentagon makeup. Like,
I didn't know how he showed up, you know.
Mm-hmm. And also,
like,
I love that.
Keep going.
I'm sorry. I love that he plugs to Jericho Cruise while he's beating the fuck out of Omega.
That whole cruise thing just sounds like a...
Oh, that sounds like the least appealing thing in the world to me, to be honest, being trapped on a boat with wealthy smarks.
With smarks and with wrestlers.
Yes. I mean,
like nothing gives you agoraphobia more than being in a situation like that. And, yeah... I'm just glad that they're keeping this feud alive.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna have a match. They're probably gonna have a match.
They already announced it ahead of time. It's gonna be a tag match with Jericho and the Bucks between Omega and I forgot who the other dudes were. Cody and one other dude. I forgot. It's like
Ascension, Smellness.
Yes,
between the Bullet Club, the Elite. Chris Jericho has adopted 2 twinks as his new sons.
Oh no!
And Kenny Omega and then Kenny and Cody are like, those are ours.
Oh, third dude. It's Marty Scurll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Omega, Cody, and Scurll versus Jericho and the Bucks.
It's Scurll. I thought it was Scroll too. Like Scroll as in the scroll, but he has a weird last name.
Yeah. Well, excuse me for not getting his last name right. He's on the next match on the card.
Yep, speaking of, Katsuchika Okada versus Marty. Marty S. There we go. I did it.
Thank you. You took the cop out.
Oh man.
I've heard mixed. I've seen people who love this match and people who are like, and I'm not sure, to be honest.
This is, I hate to say it, but this is like some WWE mindset of, oh, this little guy can't beat up the bigger guy. What are you talking about? No way. It's like, why is that out of the realm of possibility, you know? Especially in the indies, like anything should be more likely to happen in the indies than in WWE. And it just felt like Vince McMahon booking of a little guy. Like, how's this little guy gonna beat this bigger guy, huh?
Yeah.
It's like he's a capable. Like, And Jim Ross even talked about this because he was bringing up how they're constantly bringing up how small Finn Balor is, and like JR said, like, back when I did amateur wrestling in high school, the toughest guy on the team was the littlest guy, the smallest weight, and he would beat up anyone on the team, that just utterly destroy them. And even speaking. When I was on the high school wrestling team, the smallest guy on our team, the smallest senior, was literally the ass kicker. Like he killed people, and he would beat anyone up on the team. Like even if he even gave like our heavyweight problems.
Wow.
So it's like it's not out of the realm of reason. I don't know why this mindset like happens in WWE. They really want to push the whole David versus Goliath thing, but it's like it's not true anymore. Especially when I don't know. I expect this out of WWE, not from indie people. So the whole story of the match just kind of bugged me.
No. What's the matter? I was just gonna make a vanilla midget joke, but I couldn't come up with something. But yeah, I get what you mean.
And Okada isn't even that big. Like they were really pushing Okada as a heavyweight, like a heavyweight. But like no, he's just slightly taller than the average man.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not. When I see Okada, I don't think, oh, he's buff. I just think he's like kind of like a Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler size. Yeah. Not like a. If he was like John Cena size, then I'd be like, oh yeah, Skull's dead. But no, he's just slightly taller than average. Mm-hmm. But they were really pushing it. I don't know. But this match is really, really good because Okada and Skrull are really, really good wrestlers. Skrull.
Yeah, they kind of put the the story of like Skrull being. It kind of still works to me because like aside from size difference, just because Okada's a fucking legend. He's probably the best pro wrestler in the world right now. So Skrull's kind of just the underdog just by virtue of that.
Yeah, and again, they were pushing him being a former New Japan World Heavyweight Champion. Like, this is a guy that took 79 minutes to beat. Mm-hmm. And I really love that like stat of it took Kenny Omega 79 minutes to beat him. It just feels like really anime, like kind of like in One Piece when they say, "Oh yeah, these two fought for 5 days straight." It's like something so ridiculous but reasonable. So it's like it just makes Japanese wrestling feel like anime in real life, which I love.
Yes.
But this match was really, really good. The longest match in the whole show too.
Yeah, it's really surprising. 26 minutes. There's controversy over it because they went over.
Yeah.
In overtime. Like
you knew it. Yeah, even the look on Skrull's face as the match kept going a little too long was very indicative of that.
What do you think of that? Do you think it's kind of selfish of them to kind of go over like that, or do you think it's like it's Okada? He can go as long as he wants. Yes, yeah, that's my stance. Let the man go as long as he wants.
I know. I think the only match that maybe needed trim was Paige versus Janela, because that's a hardcore match. It shouldn't be over 15 minutes.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think that was the match that went on a little too long. This match, it didn't feel like that. You just felt like you were watching Okada wrestle, and it's like, oh, this guy is known for wrestling long-ass matches, so get used to it. This is Okada. What do you think about Okada, Josh? Because this is probably your first time ever seeing him.
Fucking amazing. He lived up to all expectations. Just like he's kind of like Omega, like he talked about, where he's just good at making every match he's in feel. He makes his match feel important. He kind of just carries himself with the fact that he's the best and hardest hitting heavyweight champion, and he will fuck you up.
Yeah, because the guy fights to the very end. He takes everyone he faces seriously. Yeah. Like he is a fighter, and he has like the heart of a warrior. Yeah. And I don't want to be cheesy, but yeah, he just follows like a horse.
I saw a good comment from Elster said that probably one of the best things Okada's the best at is like doing something that makes you go, okay, that in your brain you're like, okay, this will be the finish, and then immediately like finding a way to subvert your expectations. Like, and, like he's so good at that where like it doesn't feel at least in this match where like it doesn't feel predictable. Like even if you think you know where it's going, like they suddenly twist it. If that makes sense.
I love how they worked in Skrull's finger break.
Yes, that's probably that's a big moment of the match.
They popped for that. They went nuts because it's like, oh, he's gonna break Okada's hand. I really like that spot because it's you want to know how it works?
Yeah.
He grabs their hands and he doesn't actually break them, but his like elbow, the elbow forearm area, bicep area, slaps against his sides. So that's what makes the snap sound.
Oh my god!
This is the sudden clap.
That's mad.
So
that's magic.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool, wrestling trick. Just makes it's a good. I like that. It's like it feels like a classic like wrestling spot of just like faking, but it's fake, but it's convincing.
Yeah. Yeah, like since I said magic, yeah, wrestling often is very much like magic, where it's all about like doing these spots that look as convincing as possible without actually doing anything to like lots of sleight of hand, lots of kind of trickery to make the audience, often making things look worse than they actually are.
Though there are some times that they do it really convincing, and then you find out no, they really did do that move. Like, yep, Terry Funk is actually punching you as hard as he can. Yeah, this match was really, really good. If anyone complains about the length of this match, then shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up. Come on, Josh, just tell him, shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Just shut the fuck up, okay?
Shut the hell up,
yeah.
bitch. Delete this. Let's both become hyper buff and be like, delete this, bitch. Like that one pic of Callie Marie.
Yes.
Is it Mari or Marie?
I think I always pronounce it's Mari because it's a pun because they're calamari.
But Marie because of Breaking Bad.
That's true.
I always thought it was Marie because Marie is Marie. Jesus, Marie. Jesus Christ, Marie.
So guess it's time to bring it home.
Main event. I'm surprised this went on last, but like I remember during their interview with JR, the Young Bucks are like, the hardest part was figuring out what does go on last. Because they were thinking like, Cody did not want to go on last, Kenny did not want to go on last, like everyone just didn't want to go on last because they were like that would increase the pressure.
Yes.
So like the Young Bucks were like, well, crap, that means that we have to go on last. Which is actually really cool. It actually makes the group seem much more humble.
Yeah.
Because like, if they were a different group, everyone would want to go on last.
Yeah. Plus, I guess it makes sense to have this go on last because they're also facing against probably the biggest like star. Because it also involves the dude it's probably the most well known from a mainstream perspective.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Rey fucking Mysterio.
Bandito.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio. At least I didn't say Phoenix, who at AAA did a plancha and then landed on the widow of the founder of AAA. That one just made me like curdle, just like made me wince a little bit,
Yeah.
No, it just made me wince super hard because like, oh, you landed on the woman who is a widow
of the owner, and they with their ashes.
I know I
felt so bad for it, dude. He must have felt like complete shit.
I know it would be like if Ricochet landed on Linda when Vince dies, like after a month or so after Vince dies, like that would be like that.
Like Seven Shane are carrying Vince's ashes, and they have like this.
So I bet you Vince would totally want to be in a wrestling spot.
He totally
as
would
ashes when he's cremated. Like, okay, after you cremate me, I want you to do a spot where you blind them with my ashes, and then get the roll up.
Yes,
it will get us good heat. That sounds like something he'd be crazy enough to do.
Totally would.
And everyone would be like, "This was so distasteful." And then, like from from heaven, Vince is like, "Ha ha! I showed him one last time." Speaking of which, this match was really, really good.
It was. I mean, I know people are understandably disappointed because it went shorter than they wanted to be, but I mean, for the time they got, they made the most out of it.
I know. It was 11 minutes of like nonstop action.
Exactly. It kind of made me in a way almost benefit because it's just high spot after high. It's a total fucking spot fest, and after like the last match being very methodical, it's a nice change of pace.
I know, just high paced, the most athletic wrestlers on your show going at it. Kenta Ibushi is nuts, and so are the luchadors, because luchadors are just nuts to begin with.
Exactly. Just like non-stop flippy shit.
They're loco.
The crowd.
The Young Bucks are this is where they excel the most, is this hectic tag team action.
Mm-hmm. The crowd just lost it when Ibushi and Mysterio were in the ring together. Just when they were standing together.
What did you say?
I was saying the crowd lost it just when Ibushi and Mysterio were in the ring together.
I know, because like that's
a dream match,
super duper dream match. But you know, it'd also be a really good,
what?
Like a really cool dream match. It would be Jeff Hardy versus Kenta Ibushi over who can be the most, who could jump off the highest platform in the building.
Oh my god.
It's like, no, I'm gonna jump off the rafters. No, I am. Mm-hmm. And they're fighting to just have the honor. They're not even gonna land on each other. They just want to jump off it.
I legit thought Mysterio was dressed as a Manian at first, but then I saw the shoulder pads and it's like, oh, Wolverine.
He's Logan.
Yep.
He's Old Man Logan. Yeah, he's the El Wolverine. I liked it. I thought he looked cool.
Yeah, me too.
I'm surprised he didn't come out as Spider-Man for the Spider-Man game, but I think he's already dressed as Spider-Man once.
He did. He dressed as the Joker once, so you know he's getting weird.
Yeah, to let us know that nosotros viven en sociedad. Gamers, levántense. I hope I said that
right. But yeah, no, this was this was probably the perfect way to end it, because I don't know if the crowd would have been in the mood for like another big long epic match. So it's just kind of like it was like it felt like dessert.
Actually that's accurate. Holy crap. Yeah. I didn't think about it that way. I just thought it was really neat to just end on a match that would be more of an opener than of a closer. Not against it, but like I just thought it was something different.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind going on a tangent a bit, but what made this show so good is just the sheer variety of it. Like it felt like there was something for everyone, you know. If you want a long technical match, you got that. If you want like a crazy hardcore match, you got. You like tag action, you got. You like battle royales, you got. You like fatal four ways, you got that. You
like girls?
You got girls. You got.
I'm just saying that in general.
Just like it helped contribute, because like a lot of the time like WWE pay-per-views can feel kind of samey,
yes,
but yeah, this didn't have that problem. Every match was a little bit different.
Yeah, you make a good point because like in WWE, I won't say that everyone wrestles the same style, but everyone has to sort of adhere to the same like pathos. So it's like everyone has to be sort of this slow, dramatic, work the leg, or do this, do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have this sort of diversity in your whole wrestling thing. And it's like this whole show, even though it had a rocky start, I was really into it as it kept going and going. And I felt like each match sort of ramped in quality. So it was like it just kept getting better, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
It kept improving. Like, even though there was some stuff, like, I can say, oh, Joey Janela and Adam Page may have went on too long and Janela didn't impress me, but I still thought some of the bumps they took were really, really cool. And it's like, for every con, there was, like, 2 positives.
Yeah, I agree with you there. So, yeah, this show is not only very important, it's really good. It is. It's a legit really fun to watch show. I'd recommend it to anyone. I'd say speaking as someone who is mainly in the WWE world and is trying to like branch out of it, this is like a perfect like starting point because it kind of lets you dip your toes into a lot of like who are the biggest names in the Indian international scene right now.
Yes, this is a good way of making wrestling outside of WWE more accessible, which I'm glad that.
Yeah.
I think this no other group could pull this off because this group, the Elite, Bullet Club Elite, they get wrestling and how to give wrestling back to the fans, you know?
Exactly. Because they're fans of wrestling themselves.
Yeah, it's like, because it just feels like every promotion that tries to pose themselves as, you know, giving to the fans, they don't do it. Or they flounder. Because, like, TNA always felt like, oh, we're going to give back to the fans, but they never did, or they would make dumb decisions or have terrible, like, work ethic. And in WWE does not care what you want because they know you'll keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope I hope that they do more shows like this, and I hope that they can become so big that the WWE cannot ignore them anymore, and they give WWE competition.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think they're ever gonna be like a WCW type legit rival, but I think as like a very vibrant alternative, they're definitely gonna thrive.
Mm-hmm. And I hope that WWE adapts by doing what NXT is doing.
Yeah,
and just starts thinking, you know.
Yeah,
and putting effort. Yeah. Make them scared. Scare them.
Exactly.
I hope they get scared.
Me too.
So we don't have to have Undertaker versus Triple H for the billionth time, or Roman Reigns.
The end of an era again. They're seriously teasing bringing Shawn Michaels out of retirement for that.
It's like you relying. It's like this is a problem. You're relying way too hard on your old talent.
I know. I was thinking that earlier because there's like I was watching like a segment from I think This Week on Raw where Mick Foley shows up and he makes his usual like the Hell in a speech about the Hell in a Cell. But like I was thinking, what's gonna happen when all these Attitude Era guys are dead and you can't bring them in for a cheap pop?
CGI, baby. You don't think? Listen, if Disney's not above not above using CGI of dead actors, no man, WWE, they totally 100% would.
they actually, you're right, they would.
They probably have a whole computer full of all wrestlers T-posing, ready to go.
They have one of Benoit's, and it's like, don't upload this one.
Yeah, just don't. They just have it just in case they.
For completion's sake. Yeah.
For archival reasons. he glitches really bad if you try to use him. Like he has
It's a creepypasta.
I got a hard drive at a garage sale. It said WWE Wrestlers CGI. I put it into my computer and I tried to select Benoit 00, but it wouldn't let me. He had red eyes and he was bleeding. I showed it to my friends and they all committed suicide. I don't know what to do. That's every single creepypasta. Yes. That's every single one.
Pretty much.
Well, that was All In.
Yes.
And it was in all good.
That was a good one.
So what's up next?
Yep.
Why, it's Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
Red Cage!
Wait, man.
As we're recording this, WWE has like a sort of this live broadcast of them building the cell and the ring crew, which is really interesting. I always love seeing the whole building of the ring crew and all that.
Yeah.
Or the ring crew building the whole set and just building the ring. Have you ever watched a video of them actually making a ring? It's really interesting.
I haven't, but that does sound interesting. I'll check it out.
They do it really fast because it's like, these are the best ring builders in the world.
Yeah.
It's like stuff you don't think about, but like, oh yeah, people have to make this. You just think that rings just appear. So, Hell in a Cell. Want to preview the card?
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be fun.
Okay. Hell in a Cell
2018.
18. Let's see. We have 8 matches. Uh-oh.
Oh. I guess we'll just go in order from Wikipedia here. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus The Miz and Maryse in a mixed tag match. You okay there, dude? You sound like you're having trouble breathing.
I'm sleeping. What a waste. What a waste of a good feud.
Yeah, they'll probably can. I just see it as like just filler so they can drag it out a bit longer.
I guess, but this is such a lame thing.
Yeah,
it's like,
I agree. It's not the way I would have wanted to go.
It just feels like the Bellas just really want to wrestle again to get people hyped for Evolution.
Yes.
Have you ever seen that depressing tweet from Sasha Banks where like someone tweeted at her, "You should steal the show at Evolution," and she said it won't matter?
Oh my god, that is sad.
It's like I said, WWE really relies on its older stars, so
yeah,
you can be a current roster member, but they will always put over the older workers.
Yeah, they're a very nostalgia-driven company.
Seniority really rules the roost.
It's just because Vince is 73 and he's like...
Not that seniority. Let's see. AJ Styles versus Sam and Joe. Is this in a cell?
Nope.
What the hell? There's only 3 cell matches? Wait, there's
2.
No, there's
2.
2.
Yeah. I guess the only thing I can say is just probably because they're going to drag the feud out too, and like Hell in a Cell was like reserved for like climaxes.
I think they already announced they're going to have an Australian match. I feel, oh my god, I'm getting flashbacks to earlier this year where they're literally going to keep this going for the sake of the next porn show. You know?
No, it's gonna...
They did this with the Greatest Rumble. Like, remember how?
Styles and
Payback, or was it Backlash?
Yeah, Backlash was the one where they did like they kicked each other in the balls at the same time thing.
It just felt like it just felt like it didn't matter.
God, that entire period in like April from like after WrestleMania all the way through Backlash just felt like this weird hangover. Like because it just felt
really made me like not want to watch any wrestling.
I know it was
I felt like I just seen too much of it.
It was like such a depressing time because it just felt like nothing mattered and everyone was treading water because they just redid the same feud several times.
Yeah, it just felt like we were in a filler arc.
Exactly.
An anime.
That's exactly what it was.
But it went on for too long. The New Day versus Rusev and Aiden English.
Yep.
I thought it was the Bar.
No, they have Rusev Day beat the Bar on SmackDown to get the titles.
They're gonna lose.
Yeah, probably. It's on the pre-show too, so you know that decreases their chances by like I don't know. I'm not a math expert like Steiner.
Yeah, I don't see how that could make a significant difference. If you maybe if you increase the power of alpha, just. Whatever.
They've been kind of building up this idea that English is going to turn on Rusev or whatever. So I know that's going to come into play here.
Man, poor Rusev. Everyone betrays him.
I know. Everybody betray me. I'm fed up with this world.
I'm fed up with the world.
Yes, dude. Voice.
Why, Lana? Why? You bitch. You bitch. He just calmly destroys his locker room area.
God.
And then like Aiden and Lana come in. He's like, "Oh my God, is he dead?" And while blood, like a pool of blood, is like behind his head. No, Ruru, no. Why, Lana? Why?
Up next, we got Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in a Hell in a Cell match for the Universal Championship with Mick Foley as the special referee because they're desperate here. They want to soften the blow of like Strowman, failing his cash-in opportunity.
He's gonna lose.
I know. It's gonna. I mean, this is probably gonna be a good match because Reigns and Strowman always have really good chemistry. But yeah, I feel pessimistic.
He's gonna lose.
That's exactly. Roman's probably gonna spear Strowman through the cell or something to show he's
6 running power slams. And oh my God, the big dog hit a spear. 1, 2, 3. The big dog. It's his yard. You can't cash in on his yard, Cole. And the big dog just proved it tonight.
I hope they wrap Foley up in bubble wrap or something because I don't think that dude can take any bumps here.
He will. He will take bumps.
Yeah, it's true.
Remember the last time the last time Mick Foley refereed a Hell in a Cell match, it was like literally the worst one against Nash and Triple H.
Yeah, I know. I remember that match because they pretty much just turned into a triple threat match because they knew it was gonna stink, so they just had Foley try to salvage it.
I think Kevin Nash took 0 bumps during that whole time because it's like Foley had to bump for Nash.
Are you expecting me to actually, bump or something?
Man, I can't be doing that, man. I got 2 torn quads. You kidding me? I can't be doing that. What's wrong with you? Anyway, I'm going over, right? This isn't WCW. You can't politic your way out of this one. Nah, man, I'm going over. I gotta go over.
Yeah, man. Paul and I go way back, bro. He's good.
Paul, and then Triple H says, "Kevin Nash, lol, I thought he died." That's gonna be awkward when
he actually dies.
Well, that would be. I mean, Kevin Nash, he's only like 50, so it's like 20, 30 years from now. That would be awkward. But like, I just like that. Just that bit in CM Punk's promo, like, "LOL, thought he died."
He says it so deadpan. I love
it. Jeff Hardy is going to jump off the moon. He's going to fly to the moon and jump off it from the moon onto Randy Orton and miss.
It's gonna just be like a boss fight in a character action game.
It's going to be the end of Bayonetta 1.
Jeff Hardy's going to try to, do the Swanson QT off the cell and fails.
He's going to have a doctor or surgeon come out and he's like, remove my lower back. Surgically remove his lower back.
As morbid as it is, this is probably the match I'm legit the most looking forward to.
He's going to die, and he's going to do it gloriously.
I know. Godspeed, Jeff. It doesn't help that he says it so honestly. He's like, "I'm going to make sure the audience never forgets this night."
Like, coats the first... Yeah, when he coats the first row in blood. Oh my God, this guy's going to die. I'm scared, dude.
I know. Jeff, you have so much to live for. Don't...
He's going to stack a ladder on top of a ladder. He's going.
God, would it be fucking crazy if like Jeff does the Swanson off the cell and then Orton does a super high RKO to counter it?
Oh, that'd be so hype.
It would be.
He's going to Swanson. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Is that Orton's going to be on the announce table, and Jeff's going to jump off the cell, and then Orton's going to catch him. That would be super hype.
That would. Yeah, I hope that's a finish. And they pull it off.
Yeah, I probably am. We're probably going to see Jeff Hardy take some time off after this, though.
Oh yeah, no, this feels like a very grandiose way of like writing him off for a bit, which I'm okay with. Grandiose, that's the word. To write him off for a bit. Mm-hmm. Then we got Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. Try to contain your excitement.
Okay. What are they going to do different? She's just going to wash her again.
I know, that's one thing. We already saw the squash match where I'm gonna assume they're gonna have like a fucky finish or something. It's gonna end with DQ.
If Alexa wins the belt back, then it's gonna be like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
They love having that belt on her.
I think someone did the math that she's had like her time in the WWE. She's like, it's majority of her has been holding a belt, and it just feels like, why are you so reliant on her?
Yeah. Like,
nothing against her. It's like people get sick of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You can't force people to like something, but this is the WWE, so
yeah,
they excel at this.
They probably just view it as like, you know, she's getting some nuclear heat, brother. You know, that belt's on her.
And then what happens when people stop caring? And that's the problem. It's like, what happens when people just don't care anymore?
That's just more heat. Everything's heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hope that this just goes smoothly.
Yeah, me
Nothing
too.
bad happens.
Yes.
Charlotte Flair versus Becky. I am so right, Lynch.
Exactly. Yes, Becky is the babyface in this feud. I don't care what anyone else says.
Why are you cheering me? I'm a heel. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I mean, I'm not glad, but it's so funny how they're just they're just trying their hardest to make Becky a heel.
And it failed. It failed so badly.
It's failed so many times.
No one wants, like, I'm so confused. Like, why are they she's so fucking over. Why would you try to force people to boo her? I don't understand WWE.
Because Road Dogg's an idiot.
Road Dogg just hates redhead. He hates the Irish. He's a disgusting racist. That's why.
Yeah. Guys, it's like, how can he be so oblivious?
It might just be like in a bubble. Like, they're just kind of all in their, stuck in their bubbles, so they just think whatever ideas they come up with is brilliant, and it's just the haters. They don't get it.
Yeah, the gosh darn haters. Let me just lick these boots of the company. That's all Road Dogg's Twitter is. It's just telling the fans, you don't get it. Why aren't you doing what we want you to do? And it just feels so... I don't know. It's so dumb. Yeah.
It reminds me of when, like, back in, like, TNA's Extra Dark days, when, like, Dixie Carter would, like, yell at the audience members that they're cast members, and they should boo and cheer accordingly to how they want them to boo and cheer.
It's like, that's so dumb. It's like, you need to adapt to what your fans want, not what you want.
Exactly.
That just makes you a carny.
Yes. I mean, their next pay-per-view is Evolution, Do you think they'd get it?
Oh, man.
Yeah, well. This is probably going to be a good match, though, regardless of who wins or loses, but this...
I hope Becky wins.
Me too. That would be a really nice moment, and I'm gonna be optimistic.
Just murders Charlotte, like, just kills her.
Yes.
It's like, and it's like, it shows that Becky is just the killer,
Yeah, because I am down with her. Aside all the talk of heel turning aside, I'm down with the idea of her just being like a badass. Kind of like not. Blah, I get what you mean. Being a killer.
Yeah. The silver lining on this is that she's more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always a good. That's in the sport of wrestling where it's physical contact and aggression. The more aggressive a guy is, the better.
Yep.
And lastly, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. I thought Seth Rollins broke his arm.
Me too. I'm glad he's okay.
I know. I was like, come on. Can these three please
stick together? It made me, when I first heard that he might have fucked his arm up, it made me genuinely... I know we talk about how the Shield reunions have been cursed, but that made me think for a moment that there's forcers greater than us that genuinely don't want the Shield to get together again.
It's someone who's still salty over them winning at the TLC. It's it was a shock, but I'm glad that Seth Rollins is okay.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I'm glad he and Ian Blaser. Yeah. So this will probably be another really good match. I think Rollins and Ambrose will probably win, just so they can say every Shield member has a belt now.
Yeah, I know.
Which I'm down with, because if there's any stable that you should like decorate in gold right now, it should be the Shield.
Yeah, they're the most over. They're so over that they can donate Cheers to Roman. That's how
exactly.
Yeah, and let's hope that Seth is healthy and not. He's not
working hurt.
He's not working hurt. Yeah. And then Dean Ambrose and Seth at the announcer's desk. Mm-hmm. Dean says, "This right here is a dirt sheet, brother," and he burns the dirt sheet.
Yes.
While he says, "Seth's arm's okay," and then you see Seth like nodding, but you can see through his eyes that he's
in deep pain,
nervous.
Yes,
in deep pain. And then Lex Luger puts his arm into an arm hold for 5 minutes.
Just Lex Luger just showing up for no reason.
It's like, I heard someone was working with a broken arm. I'm here to make it worse. So yep, that's Hell in a Cell. Yep. I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to it, but
we're gonna watch it because we have a show.
We have a show.
We got a show,
and I want to see Jeff Hardy.
And then afterwards, we get the not at all filler WWE Super Showdown in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that. At least I can sleep at night knowing that the Australia show is not funding homophobia.
Yeah, that's true.
Or being funded by homophobia bucks.
The worst kind of money.
A worst cryptocurrency on the planet, homophobia dollars. They're only good at Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby.
You can only buy Earthworm Jim games with them.
AJ Styles has a compound of GPUs mining for homophobia coin.
Oh my god!
Oh, I saw this video. I'm gonna spice it in, but I saw this video of AJ Styles says, Samoa Joe did the one thing that he knew that could piss me off, or nothing really pisses me off, and it cuts to him being really salty that he lost in Madden. Mm-hmm. Like super, super salty. He even they gave him a joke second place trophy and he smashed it. Oh yeah.
I know. That's legit one of the best parts of the channel is just how bad of a loser AJ Styles is, because he's so genuinely mad.
He's aside from wrestling, personality wise, he's like the anti Kenny Omega. He sucks at video games and he's homophobic.
My favorite is it was on the video, but it was a tweet where I guess Randy Orton, Xavier Woods, and AJ were all playing Mario Kart in Randy's hotel room, and Randy won, and he was bragging about it on Twitter, and AJ was like, actually I'm not familiar with the Switch yet, so that handicapped me, and you had more parts than me, and I couldn't see the shell, and there was lag, so
no. Does Reggie have to say it again? No Johns. What? That's some serious Johns right there. Oh, AJ. Yeah. We love you.
We do.
The wrestler.
That's wrestling.
I don't know about the person. AJ Styles. That's one of those things in wrestling. I love the wrestler, not the person.
Yep.
All right. On that note,
yep.
I've been Megos.
I'm Josh.
Thank you for listening. Mm-hmm.